2 to Galvin. Struck pretty well out to straightaway center field. Quinn is racing back at the wall. It's a grand slam. Freddie Galvis clears the bases.
Quite a day for the Padres, quite a day for Freddie Galvis as the Padres take 2 out of 3 from the Philadelphia Phillies. Today, Will Myers is going to make his first start at third base in the major leagues. Second appearance ever for Will at the hot corner. Meanwhile, legend Albert Pujols here with the Angels, 632 career home runs, 6th all time. We welcome you inside the broadcast booth as we get ready for Game 1 of a 3-game series against the Angels. Don Orsillo along with Mark Grant. Welcome to Padres Baseball. Well, the Padres yesterday with a very good victory and a very big day for Freddie Galvis. Normally we're talking about his defense, but a grand slam yesterday.
Doing it with the bat and doing it with the glove. Freddie Galvis right now is really mixing up. And let's face it, the defense is really what we talk about a lot when it comes to Freddie Galvis. But going back to Chicago, he hit one out at Wrigley Field and then leave it to him defensively. Don, there's nothing better for a pitcher to look over his right shoulder and see that Freddie Galvis is at the plate. In Milwaukee, he continued his onslaught at the plate there. And once again, going to his right, going to his left, turning a double play. And the thing about Freddie, he knows when to show off the arm. He knows when to take it easy. If he's got to hump it up a little bit, he will put a little extra on it to throw you out. But all facets of the game for Freddie Galvis. He is shining right now. Gold Glove candidate, possibly in the National League.
Certainly this series has great shortstops. Not only Freddie Galvis, but also Andrelton Simmons, who we saw with the Braves, now here with the Angels.
Nothing better than see two great shortstops play a baseball game. And on the other side of the coin, Simmons is a Gold Glover in both the American League and the National League. Now you see that little doctor stat, DRS, defensive runs saved. Well, he's a doctor all right at saving runs with that glove, tied for third in Major League Baseball. To his right, to his left, he's an acrobat, and he can also do with the bat as well. He uses the whole field. At times, you know, he'll take a free swing and hit one out of the ballpark, but foul pole to foul pole, extra base hits are a big key. But we are going to see some flashy defense with the Angels and the Friars here at Petco Park.
It is indeed the Padres and Angels Game 1 coming your way next, and also coming your way. Head into the hot corner. Will Myers' first ever start at third base. Our own Bob Scanlon caught up with Myers next from Petco Park. Cadillac. Visit your San Diego Cadillac dealers today. By your San Diego Honda dealers. Visit us at sdhondadealers.com. And by Evans Tire and Service Centers, home of the buy two, get two. It's game one of a three-game series between the Padres and the Angels. Before we get it started, let's send it down to Bob Scanlon.
Well, thank you, Don. When Will Myers went on the disabled list 10 days ago with a bone bruise, they had no idea how long it was going to take for him to come back. The good news is he's back after those 10 days. There was a corresponding move, of course. Carlos Asuaje gets optioned back down to AAA El Paso. But Will Myers not only gets reinstated, but the exciting news is he's coming back as a third baseman. Now, he did play third base for one inning back in 2016, but yesterday in his rehab assignment, he got a chance to play there for the entire ball game. Did it make a difference for him? And here's Will to explain it.
I think, just having that game experience is going to be nice, going in today. So I'm not going in there completely new to it. So, I'm excited about it. I know there's going to be some things that kind of speed up on me, but I just want to take it as slow as I can over there tonight. And, hopefully just make all the plays, play good for Clayton back there, and pick it up and throw it to first. Anytime I can move a position to get the right bat in the order, whether it's moving, to the infield, to the outfield, whatever it is, anytime we can get the right bat in that scenario during the games, obviously here in the National League, that's important. So, I definitely want to have that option for the team just to be able to go in there, move around wherever I need to just to get that right player in there when we need.
Andy Green said, look, he's the best athlete on the field. The transition should not be a problem. What's coming up? The Padres will look to hit the Halos. Clayton Richard going for the Friars. Andrew Heaney for the Halos. Padres, Angels next, right here on Fox Sports San Diego.
Phillies. Time now for the weather report, brought to you by your always sunny Honda dealers of San Diego County. 76 degrees here tonight at Petco Park. Don Orsillo, Mark Grant, Bob Scanlon with you for the first of three between the Padres and the Angels. Mike Scioscia's Angels coming into town. Cole Calhoun's going to lead it off for him in right field with David Fletcher at second base. Justin Upton in left field. Albert Pujols at first base. Andrelton Simmons at short. Jeffrey Marte at first with Jose Brasino doing the catching. Eric Young Jr. in center. And Andrew Heaney doing the pitching. Clayton Richard ready to do the pitching tonight for the Padres. And the first pitch of this one is in there for strike one. And we're underway. Cole Calhoun leading it off here for the Angels. 213, 16 homers, 47 runs batted in for Calhoun. Made some adjustments at the plate and has been swinging a much hotter bat as of late for the Angels.
Yeah, the one thing I look at for leadoff hitters, Don, is the on-base percentage. His is only 276. If you're 330 or above, you're doing really well. Now, speaking of his stance, he looks more athletic. He looks like he's ready to grip it and rip it from the leadoff spot.
Lines to third, and the ball finds Will Myers right away. Makes the catch down there on the hot shot right at him to get it started. Welcome to third base, Will Myers, one down.
Well, that's why they call it the hot corner. On the balls of your feet down there, you never know. A left-handed hitter going to take the ball that way with Clayton Richard working down in the zone, and Will Myers makes it look easy, hard holding back the smiles for Will Myers.
A one down here in the first inning brings up David Fletcher, second baseman for the Halos. Fletcher getting his 10th double of the year yesterday. And his 49th game of the year. Made his major league debut June the 13th of this season. And in that debut went 3 for 4 against the Seattle Mariners. Jumping ahead is Richard here, 1 and 2.
Very key. If the Angels are going to be swinging early, hopefully Clayton is down in the zone. You get some grounders. That one found the glove of Will Myers, which is a good start.
Here we go again. Myers coming in, throws on the run, sidearmed and in time. Nice play, 2 down. But how about this? Right out of the gate, Will Myers with a couple of plays here in the first 2 right at him. One a line drive, the other one a ground ball.
Now let's look into Clayton Richard a little deeper. The 34-year-old making his 25th start. Needs quick outs early, and he finds right now with 2 quick outs and avoid the big inning. That outing in last time against Milwaukee, they threw up a crooked number and they kind of turned it around a little bit, but very, very key to stay away from that crooked number for Clayton Richard.
2 down here in the first inning brings up Justin Upton, the former Padre, stands in on the right side. 24 home run season for Upton so far this year. Go along with 68 RBIs and a 261 average.
We know how streaky he can be, huh? And he can be dangerous. Short, quick, compact stroke. Got some pop in that bat.
Outfield deep. And maybe a step towards left center is Margot. They are certainly deep. There's a pitch will miss from Richard. Look at that outfield, and they are backed up all the way around.
It looks like the only thing that's going to be over their heads is, in fact, a home run.
It's as deep as you'll see any alignment.
Yeah.
This one has got it left side. Here comes Myers again on a backhand throws in time. Nice play by Myers. Unbelievable. First 3 balls find him. He's up to the task all 3 times in his first major league start. At third base, a line out, 2 ground outs. Will Myers making it look easy at third base. Padres are coming up. Inning. Let's check out the Padres starting nine, brought to you by your San Diego County Toyota dealers. Manuel Margot going to lead it off in center field. Will Myers will bat second. Hunter Renfroe in right field as Eric Hosmer has tonight off. It's Christian Villanueva who's actually at first base. Austin Hedges does the catching. Franmil Reyes is in right field. Freddie Galvis at shortstop batting seventh. Jose Perel at second base. And Clayton Richard, the pitcher, bats out of the 9 spot. Manuel Margot leading it off and taking ball one. Margot hitting at .250, 5 homers and 38 runs batted in. Center fielder Eric Young Jr. has moved well over into right center field here on Margot. Size gap out there in left center field. Andrew Heaney on the plate on the mound tonight for the Angels. Falls behind 2-1 as Heaney makes his 22nd start of the year for the Angels. Popped up foul. First base way. Pujols making his way over, but he won't have a play.
Well, as Don mentioned, making his 22nd start, the 27-year-old Andrew Heaney uses both sides of the plate. His first appearance against the Padres in his career. The two-seamer, the curveball, and the changeup. And keep the winless streak on the road. He has not won on the road for a long, long time. 16. The number is for Heaney.
Last time he won on the road, September 2nd of 2015.
Wow.
0-8 since then. A 5.96 ERA in 15 road starts since that victory. Looking to avoid tying the Angels franchise record of 16 consecutive winless road starts. Fly ball, right field. Cole Calhoun, 1 down.
Let's take a look at the Angels defense behind Heaney. Oh, really good shortstop there. We talked about him in our pregame show. It's brought to you by Cadillac. Simmons at short, Marte at third, Fletcher at second, Pujols at first. Behind the plate, Briseño in the outfield. Upton, Young Jr., and Calhoun for the Halos.
And 1 down. Will Myers coming up. Ably handled all 3 plays at him and all 3 outs in the top of the inning as he carves the first one foul off to the right.
I think it'd only be appropriate if Will Myers hits a home run right here. I mean, it was a literal king in its court in that first inning. Clayton Richard just needed his catcher and his third baseman to complete that first inning.
Line out, 2 ground outs. One a little tougher than the other on the ground out situation.
Yeah.
The last one was pretty tough.
You heard of Eddie Feigner and the king in his court, right? The softball trio.
I don't think I have.
Oh, it's great.
Myers fooled on that pitch. And down 1 and 2. Tell me about it. What is it?
Eddie Feigner was the pitcher. He had his catcher and he had 1 fielder. It was the king in his court, and he went undefeated like his whole career against teams.
Wow.
Yeah.
So if this goes badly for Will Myers, he could do that.
Yeah. Hit the softball circuit. That was fun to watch, though.
Two is grounded to short, and Simmons gathers and throws. 2 down here in the first inning. Let's take a look at the keys to the game, brought to you by your San Diego Honda dealers.
Hopefully the Padres can continue to play good baseball. Send Halos southpaw south. Got a couple southpaws going today on National Left-Handers Day. Hey, solid at the corners for San Diego. Myers at third, Villanueva at first, and we've seen good things already in 1 inning defensively for San Diego.
2 down here in the first inning brings up Hunter Renfroe. Renfroe hitting at .246 to start the night. 12 homers and 39 runs batted in. Fastball on the outside edge.
Heaney's probably their best starter because the rotation for the Angels is now in shambles. I was talking to Victor Rojas and Mark Gubicza, the TV voices of the Angels. They don't know who their 4 and 5 starters are right now. They've got Heaney, they've got Barria, they've got Pena.
To third, and Marte at the line. Low throw. Dug out on the other side by Pujols. 1-2-3 first. Scoreless after 1.
in San Diego. Now the team scores in the first, and Albert Pujols going to lead it off here in the second inning. Great to see Albert back here at Petco Park in San Diego. 254 average, 18 home runs this year, 57 runs batted in. And a chopper to Myers at third. Unbelievably long throw, and he'll get it there in time, being a wave on the other side. Wow. Anybody else want to field here besides Will?
You want to know who they are?
Sure.
Okay, well, the defense brought to you by your San Diego County Ford dealers. Well, if you haven't noticed, Will Myers is at third base tonight, and he's checking out his own play on the big board. Good for you, Will. Freddie Galvis at short, Perella at second, Villanueva going across the diamond over at first base. Hedges with the signals tonight, and Renfroe, Margot, and Reyes in the outfield, left to right for San Diego.
Now one down here in the second brings up Andrelton Simmons, who great defensively, no doubt about it, as he stands in and takes the strike.
Here's something to think about tonight, Don. We've already seen Will Myers get some action. You've got a guy who doesn't throw that hard, a sinker ball, and you got an Angels team who likes to turn and burn on fastballs. They like to pull the baseball. So heads up, Galvis, Myers. We've already seen that tonight at third base.
Simmons not only good defensively but offensively as well. The batting average over 300. Comes in hitting at 306. Jumps ahead here 2-1. Clayton Richard gave up 5 runs in 5 innings last Tuesday, getting a no decision in a Padres 11-5 victory over the Brewers. It's a liner to second base, caught by Perella in the air. 2 down. Right above the shoe tops there before it hit the dirt. Makes the grab. 2 down.
A couple of balls hit hard in this ball game to lead off the game. Calhoun and now Simmons. That's a hang with him. Positioned perfectly is Perella for out number 2.
5 in a row retired by Richard to begin his outing, and it brings up Jeffrey Marte. Third baseman for the Angels. 206, 4 homers, 15 runs batted in for Marte. It's kind of been a roller coaster for Clayton Richard. First 8 starts, 1-5. The next 8 starts, 6-1 with a 2.98 ERA, and now the last 8 starts, 0-4 at 7.29.
You know, I think over the course of a season, he's a seasoned veteran.
Opening day starter this year.
He's 34 years old. I mean, I think no matter how good a shape you are in, this game of baseball, especially for a starter, everyday player, whoever it is, it takes its toll. And sometimes the arm kind of drags a little bit. You're missing with location. Ball doesn't act the way you would hope. But if there's anyone who's going to try to iron out the wrinkles and work a little harder to be prepared, it's this kid number 3 right here, Clayton Richard, that's for sure.
'25th start of the year for Richard, coming in individually at 7-10. Two to Marte, and it's to third again. Myers tested again. Throw is good. Well, Myers looking good at third base. 4 assists and a putout. Scoreless. Now for our Valley View trivia question.
I love trivia.
What is the Padres team record for most stolen bases in a single game? Give us your answers by the end of the inning using hashtag Valley View Trivia. So it's a team record, not an individual.
Well, I know this for sure. I was there when Damian Jackson, I think Tony Gwynn does it. They stole 5 in a game. I'm gonna go 8. What's your guess?
I'm going to go 10.
Really?
Yeah, I'm going big time.
Wow.
Yeah, I think it's
double digits.
Yeah,
That's a lot of stolen bases.
it is. Christian Villanueva shifting from third to first tonight. Eric Hosmer has the game off, or at least the beginning of the game. Villanueva, Hedges, and Reyes featured here in the second inning.
We just saw a nice changeup from Heaney. He is slow and deliberate with his delivery, and then he'll pop that fastball up in the zone on you. Touched 93 on that one. He's touched 94, 95, but he's going to be living around 91 to 93 on that heater.
Hedges waiting on deck. Foul back to the screen, and it hangs here at 1-2. Christian Villanueva hitting at 343, coming in against left-handed pitching. So he was going to stay in the lineup tonight. 14 home runs and 105 at bats against lefties.
Good layoff there. How many times earlier in the season, Don, did we see that pitch right there and swung on a miss by a lot of the Padre hitters, right? I think we've seen a slow progression of laying off. They're still going to swing and offer at that pitch, but that was a good take right there.
2-2 may have gone. They check. Yeah, it did. Rung up by Sam Holbrook. First base umpire, 1 down. First strikeout for Heaney of the night.
Call it a curveball, call it a slider. It's one of those in-betweeners. So we'll call it a slurve. Really tough to lay off. And I think Villanueva most definitely goes on that one.
Now 1 down here in the second inning for Austin Hedges. 262 to start the night. 9 home runs, 25 runs batted in. Hedges batting 5th in the Padres order tonight. Swinging a foul tip. Hedges riding a career high 7-game hitting streak coming into tonight's action. Started on August the 4th for him. 3 multi-hit efforts in the past 4 games. 7 for his last 14. Look at the breakdown on this 7-game streak. 10 for 26 overall. Finds himself in the hole here, down 1-2. Swing and a miss, and he goes after that breaking ball and strikes out. Very defensive swing, back-to-back Ks for Heaney. So 2 down, and that'll bring out Franmil Reyes. Well, the Padres hit 2 home runs in a single game. Tweet at Fox Sports SD using the hashtag #HIT2GET2 for your chance to win 4 new Hankook tires. Brought to you by Evans Tire and Service Centers.
Nothing like getting new skins on the Chariot, huh?
Something like that.
Yeah, it's a good feel, man.
Hit to get to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got to be safe out there.
2 down for Franmil Reyes. 248, 9 homers, 13 runs batted in. Another guy who hits lefties very well. 321 batting average against southpaws.
You know what Heaney will do? We just saw. He is not afraid to throw that fastball into the righties to move their feet and for a strike as well, and then set up that changeup down and away.
Watch your back foot too on the breaking ball. Huh?
That's right. Like righties down and into lefties with that slider. Same thing for the lefty Heaney.
in at a 7-7 record, 3.96 earned run average, 22nd start of the year. 2-1. Popped up, foul ground. Marte, the third baseman, over by the Angels dugout to make the catch. A 1-2-3 second, done with 2 without a score.
He can throw. He's got great hands. You know, it's just how comfortable are you getting reads over there at third base when you haven't played over there a lot. Physically he can do all of it. It's just going to be a learning process because he's learning here at the major league level, and most guys learn through the minor leags. But I think last year you saw Freddie Freeman go over to third base for the Braves to kind of figure out what depth of versatility they had as a club. He's obviously back at first base now this year, but great players move around the diamond.
Andy Green explaining why the Padres want to see Will Myers at third base and why they think that he can be successful at it. And guys, don't think for a second that this just happened overnight on a whim. He's been campaigning for quite a while.
Drive deep left field, and that ball is gone off the bat of Jose Brasino. Angels jump out to the 1-0 lead on a long home run to left field. Brasino with his third home run of the year.
Yeah, that was a no-doubter there. And you know what? Clayton Richard will be the first one to tell you he needs to make a better pitch here. That pitch is outer third and up only at 89, so he gets extended. Catches it out in front. Wow.
So 1-0 Angels on top. And it brings up Ernie Young Jr., who will take strike one. Center fielder doing a 168 average coming in. Home run, 4 runs batted in. A tapper right in front of the plate, and nobody's going to get it. Richard thought Hedges was going to get it. Hedges thought Richard was going to get it. Nobody gets it, and Young aboard at first base.
And now is the point in time to where you have to minimize the damage after the home run. Oh, the swinger out in front of home plate. You got it, I'll take it. And then by that time, too late. Clayton was positioning himself. Did you see him position himself being left-handed to where if he could grab that baseball, he didn't really have to turn a lot. And the look at Austin Hedges there thinks that maybe I should have took charge and taken that ball off the bat all along. It didn't happen. Hoping to get a ground ball here.
Now squaring already is Heaney, and he punches at it, but a foul tip for strike one.
Yeah, hard hit bunt somewhere. Go to the lead runner at second base. You never know.
Heaney 1 for 5 so far at the plate. Playing National League rules here at Petco Park, of course, in this interleague series. Crashing from third is Myers. Now he pulls it back and swings away. Finds himself down 0-2. Let's see what Mike Scioscia puts on here with the count 0-2. Bunted at it and strikes out. So on the foul, that's strikeout number 1 for Clayton Richard. One down here in the third inning. It's time now to answer our Valley View Casino trivia question. What was the Padres team record for most stolen bases in a single game? And the answer is 9. June 28, 1999 against the Rockies.
So I said 8, you said 10, split the difference.
Right in the middle.
Still, though, that's a lot of stolen bases.
One down here in the third inning. Cole Calhoun coming up. Lined out sharply to Myers at third base in the first inning. 0 for 1. Last 7 games for Calhoun, hitting at .286. 30th pitch of the outing coming up here for Clayton Richard. Throw to first, and back in time is Young.
Not a bad guy right here for a double play candidate. Calhoun has grounded into 8 double plays this year. He does not lead the Angels. Simmons does with 13.
On the ground and through the left side into left field, a base hit. So Calhoun taking it through the left side. Third hit of the inning now for the Angels, and they have runners at first and second with 1 down.
Well, he has adjusted his stance, Calhoun. It still looks like it's a very aggressive approach for the leadoff hitter for the Angels. And this one, short and quick to that baseball, a little late on it, hence the ball hit to the left side through that hole. Freddie Galvis was playing him over towards second base, more up the middle.
So first and second, 1 down. David Fletcher coming up, getting his second look at Clayton Richard as Richard goes second time through this Angels order. And that's strike 1. Starts him with a fastball at 90. He's been ahead to most, 9 of 11 first pitch strikes for Clayton Richard in his 25th start of the year. Grounded softly towards Perella at second base. Only 1 play, and Villanueva gets over there to receive that throw from Perella. Took him a little while to get there. They get the 1 out at first as the runners move along. Fletcher retired 4-3.
Too soft to be hit, or to be thrown rather, to either the other bases. So you figure, okay, I'm going to get the sure out. Maybe could have went to second base, but get the sure out. Now the Angels with 2 outs, they've got to get a hit to score maybe 2 runs.
You see Villanueva initially going after that ball, which took him to second base.
Yes, and that's going to take some time. You know, as a first baseman, I've always thought that majority balls hit to your right are going to be covered by your second baseman, and that's just natural reaction for a kid who's playing over there very, very few times. He will know even before set up, like the next pitch, he's going to look over his right shoulder and see the second baseman. Okay, maybe 1 or 2 strides to my right, I can let go because I know the second baseman is going to be there to get it.
Well, Justin Upton hitting at an even 200 with 2 outs and runners in scoring position. Pretty good opportunity right here for the former Padre. This one gets away. From third comes Young. The throw will be late. And a 2-0 Angels lead. So a wild pitch uncorked here by Clayton Richard, which allows Young to score from third and Calhoun to take third. It's 2-0 Angels.
Slider in the dirt, and Austin Hedges came up with the glove. Came up with the glove, did not stay down. That ball scoots by. Everybody's off and running.
So runner at third now with 2 down.
That hurts because you want to have the Angels earn that run by getting a base hit maybe, but the ball in the dirt results in 2 runs now for Los Angeles.
And Upton head of the count here, 2-0. Takes it to right field. Over is Reyes, and he'll make the catch that ends the inning. But 2 runs for the Angels on top 2-0.
For San Diego, Freddie Galvis to his right, to his left. He does it well. Andrelton Simmons for the Angels. Now Simmons, he's won a Gold Glove in the NL and the AL. Freddie Galvis, potential candidate this year for flashing the leather. Doesn't even have to use his throwing hand. He's so good with the glove flip. It's all good up the middle tonight, especially the shortstop position here at Petco Park.
Freddie Galvis standing in. And taking a look at ball 1, just missed. 2 runs for the Angels in the top half of this, the 3rd inning. Freddie with a grand slam yesterday, now 8 home runs on the year. High drive to left field for Galvis. Upton going back at the wall, and he'll leap, but it's gone. A home run. Freddie Galvis is homered in back-to-back games, his 9th home run of the year, and he picks up where he left off in the Phillies series here against the Angels. Padres on the board, they cut the lead in half. Freddie Galvis feeling it right now.
Heaney, I mentioned, with the sneaky fastball, tries to sneak that one in. Freddie is quick to it, above the belt buckle. Freddie going long ball. Nice short stroke to that ball and cutting the lead in half. Stay hot, Freddie.
Grand slam yesterday, the first of his career. Follows it up with a solo shot here tonight. Get the Padres on the scoreboard. And Jose Pirela batting out of the 8th spot and getting the start at second base for the Padres. Popped up, shallow right field. Cole Calhoun in and over for round number 1 of the 3rd inning.
Freddie long ball, I like the name. It's got a good ring to it.
A total of 9 home runs now for Galvis in his first year in a Padres uniform. And brings up Clayton Richard, has a home run of his own this season.
I remember talking to Larry Boa the day that the Padres acquired Freddie Galvis, and he raved about his defense, of course. But he said, you know what, he'll hit 12 to 15 possibly for you. Hopefully the last 2 months or 6 weeks of the season, Freddie can get hot and start, giving some souvenirs to the fans out there beyond the foul poles.
In there for strike 1 and 1. 16 in 10 career seasons for Richard, who flips it down the left field line, falling fast and falling foul. Richard, when he comes on back, could be down 1-2. Almost reached first base. That might get in. Clayton this year hitting at 108. Of course, he had the 3-run home run at Coors Field earlier this year in Colorado. That is strike 3, third K for Heaney.
This weekend, Penske San Diego dealerships are making seemingly impossible deals. Visit WeMakeYourDreamCarPossible.com.
So 2 down here in the third inning after the leadoff home run by Freddie Galvis. It's 2-1 Angels on top. And the top of the order, Manuel Margot, getting his second plate appearance.
You know, Don, I got to be honest with you. I'm kind of upset.
What's the matter, Mugly?
I wish Mike Trout was healthy.
Love to see him play.
Yeah, and I know he's does damage to opposing pitchers, but still
want to see him.
Best player in the game, right?
Yep.
And it's a shame that he is hurt. He's good for baseball. We all know that. And the Angels don't come here that often. But as a fan, I would have loved to see Mike Trout, number 27, in the lineup.
Which is amazing to me, by the way, that we don't see the Angels. I mean, I know the way the whole system and schedule is made up, but I mean, it's what, 90 minutes door to door?
Yeah.
Swing and a miss as Margot strikes out to end the inning. It's 2-1 Angels. That was our Coors Light refreshing finish. Albert Pujols, 3,000, and a guy who getting ready for the Hall of Fame. Albert Pujols has had an amazing career. Welcome in Mark Sweeney here as we move to the fourth inning. And I mean, this guy, I'm so glad he's playing in this series. We were just talking about missing Mike Trout in this series, but I'm so glad he's playing in this series.
Yeah, and you know what? You think about what it really means is probably Manny Ramirez and Albert Pujols, probably the most dangerous right-handed hitters, arguably in the American League and National League. I think Albert Pujols is better known as a St. Louis Cardinal. He did the majority of those numbers there, but man, what a career. And he continues to play more and more at first base, too.
To left, and Renfroe runs it down. Good jump for Renfroe, and he gets into the gap there in left center field. Looked like that may be a gapper, but Renfroe gets there for the first out of the fourth inning.
Well, we know how important that first step is for any outfielder, playing on the deep side with Pujols, and then just straight to the left. Didn't come in on that one. You know, Pujols is one of those guys that where he can have the big swing, but yet get jammed, and it's a little flare or off the end of the bat. Hunter had a good read on that one, preventing that ball from getting to the gap.
Pujols amazes me at this stage of his career. You look at his feet and how he moves around, not very well, but he is still hitting.
Yeah, he's not a speed demon, and he'll be the first guy to tell you that. But what he does with a bat and being able to handle.
Myers on the backhand this time, showing it off down there at third base, 2 down.
But if you think about Albert Pujols, it's about the greats and how he stacks up to it, and his numbers really speak volumes. But to me, it's that RBI guy. He can handle velocity. He can hit an off-speed pitch with the best of them. And that's what it really becomes. Even in his later years, he continues to drive in 100 runs every single year. It's incredible.
He's going to end his career above 300, right? Hitting 300. So it's not just the power numbers and the average, it's the average as well. That's amazing to watch.
Jeffrey Marte bats here with 2 down in the 4th inning.
Going into this season, a career .305 hitter at the major league level.
Check swing, he went. Not even going to check. Jim Wolf called it himself.
You know, guys, I was just doing some counting in the media guide. 11th season as a Redbird, and this is his now 7th.
Almost hit him. That's amazing.
As an Angel.
I still see him as a Cardinal.
Yep.
I really do.
Yeah.
You know, and you can't blame Anaheim for going out and getting a presence like that. I think a lot of people just looked at the whole contract and said, this can't end well because just the longevity of it.
Left center field, Margot on the way over, dives, and Margot comes up with another spectacular catch in left center. Much appreciated by Clayton Richard. It's Manuel Margot with another outstanding catch out at center field, and he covered some ground from right center to left center to make the grab, fully outstretched. Margot does it again. A beautiful night in San Diego as the Padres and Angels meet. Angels on top 2-1 as we head to the bottom of the 4th inning. We start talking a little bit about the schedule before you came on, Swing Dog, and the fact that you're only 90 minutes away here, and we drive by Angel Stadium to play the Dodgers. We drive past it coming back. I mean, it's there. It's amazing that these two teams just don't play each other more. If there could be some way to realign this thing, I mean, it just seems to make sense.
Yeah, Mike Trout's on the DL. Can we get it going so we can at least see him the next time he comes around?
Be great. Would you be for realignment, you think?
I would.
Yeah?
Yes, I would. I think it actually has to happen, and I think it's the experiment of interleague play is great. I think the realignment has to be done because of the travel. A lot of it has to be the travel in doing that. So I'd like to see it. Is it going to happen? Who knows, right?
I would agree.
I know you'd love it, right?
I'm right there with you, especially if there are 2 more teams added, right? 32,
Yep.
16 and 16,
Yep.
if it goes that way. But I like the realignment. You know, the West Coast, there's no reason why we can't play Seattle, Oakland, LA, LA Angels, San Francisco Giants, Arizona, and then, you know, the Colorado's in with the Midwest and the East Coast, whatever.
So you get rid of the Rockies, you dump them right out of the division. I'm just trying to get this your realignment.
I've said it all along, and I don't know if you guys would agree with me, but
I'd be okay with that, by the way.
I say swap Seattle and Denver. I mean, I love going to Denver, but from first pitch to last pitch, not so much.
No, in the game.
I love the Great Northwest, but if those 2 teams could swap, man, that would be great.
That's going to miss. Did he go? No. They check with Sam Holbrook, first base umpire.
Well, I think Seattle would say that too, because they have the worst travel in the game of baseball. It is horrible.
So Oakland's their closest team, and what's that, 2 hours, 2+?
Minnesota and Oakland, right, are the 2 closest teams, right? They play in the American League, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, they got to cross Idaho, they got to cross Montana, they got to cross the Dakotas, and then get in that. So Minnesota and Oakland are the 2 closest teams in the American League to Seattle. When you go east and when you go south of Seattle.
How far do you think Anaheim is?
It's farther than Oakland.
Yeah, it's a 3.5-hour flight, probably.
No, regardless, their travel is not good.
Ridiculous.
Myers fouls one off down the right field line out of play.
We got it all solved, don't we?
We got it all figured out.
I mean, it's
we
easy.
can fix this. This is fixable.
It's so fixable. It's easy.
So Mud wants Colorado out of the division altogether. We add the Seattle Mariners to the National League West. So they change leagues. This happens.
National League.
Okay, so welcome to Seattle Mariners to the National League West. We got it all figured out. Swing and a miss, and Myers strikes out. 5 strikeouts for Heaney.
There's that sneaky fast changeup, if you will. Very deliberate delivery, and then fastball arm speed, changeup at 85 way out in front.
One down here in the 4th inning brings up Hunter Renfroe. Renfroe grounded out at third base, first time up. Only blemish in 3 1/3 innings so far for Heaney has been the home run by Freddie Galvis. Otherwise, retired everybody else. It's a fly ball to right. Calhoun has room for out number 2. Well, so far, Will Myers down there at third base has been outstanding in this game. Your thoughts on this whole thing?
You knew it was going to him. I mean, I was surprised.
3 times in the first?
Yeah, I was surprised the line drive, which is probably the best scenario for you. The line drives first, and then you knew he was going to be like the slow roller to end it. I'm just surprised he hasn't been tested like the Brooks Robinson play down the line. That's the only thing we haven't seen tonight. But it's going to happen.
I was going to say, I have a feeling we're going to see it. 2 down here in the 4th inning, and it brings up Villanueva. What do you think the biggest challenge for Myers is? As this one has popped up, we'll have to carry this over. Of course, I asked you with 2 outs. It's great. Fletcher at second makes the catch, ends in. We don't have time, Swing Dog. Sorry.
Yeah, it's all right.
2-1, Angels.
Welcome to third base in the big leagues. First at bat of the game, line drive right at him. Well, how about the coming in? No problem. Glove work, off balance throw, not a problem. How about the footwork to the left? He's got that as well on the backhand. Will Myers getting it done today over at third base. Got to remember, he hasn't played third base but once back in 2016. He did play at Lake Elsinore yesterday in his rehab assignment, but he's shown the quickness, guys. He's shown the good throws, footwork. Josh Johnson has been working with him for over a month. He's been campaigning for this opportunity, and so far I'd say he's making the most of it, wouldn't you?
No doubt Scanning's looked good down there and has been tested quite a bit. As Brasino leads it off here. He homered in the third inning. And I started to ask you, what are the biggest challenges you think he has down there at third base coming in from the outfield to third?
You know what? Obviously, it's the throwing first because it's the arm swing and being able to do it. You see him dropping down and being able to be accurate. I think Will Myers throws the ball very well, but that still is a very different throw from the outfield moving to third base. And that being said, Glenn Hoffman says it best when you talked about third base. It's reactionary. It's side to side. You have to have that ability to be very good with the footwork.
Richard off the hill, a bobble, but he recovers quickly and then throws it away off the glove of Villanueva. Almost a big-time collision there at first base. As the throw was towards the runner, and Villanueva ends up making contact there with Brasino, and we'll see if Brasino's okay. He may have hurt himself. It's an error charge to Richard on the throw.
He had plenty of time. Throws it into the lane, and Villanueva, first of all, can't catch it, and then, oh my gosh, a roadblock.
So lead runner on here on the miscue for Richard that starts the fifth inning. One thing I've noticed so far from Myers at third base, a lot of the throws going to first base have been of the sidearm variety.
Yep.
Towards second could be two. Perella to second for one. On to first for two. That worked out. 4-6-3 in the Twin killing two down.
Nothing that a ground ball can't take care of. Nicely done quickly also by Clayton Richard. And once again the footwork at second base as Perella gives up the rock to Freddie Galvis to catch the kick of the bag. 2-for-1 sale. I think for Will Myers, going to his right is going to be a challenge.
So towards the line.
Towards the line. And granted, let's face it, guys, I think there's going to be a few challenges, not just one area. Would you agree? But I think going to, the quick reaction to your right, diving to your right, planting, throwing, as Mark said, across the diamond accurately. Will he, like Freddie Galvis, when he needs it to get up top, to get a little more extra on it, will he be able to do that? As opposed to the, for sure, take your time, nice little flip throw from the side. I think that might be an issue as well.
Here we go. Mounding ball, backed up on it, throws sidearmed again and in time. Been up to the task on all of them so far tonight. 2-1 Angels. win it 5-3 over Zach Greinke. That 3-run home run. They beat the Diamondbacks tonight in Arlington.
Hotter.
Oh, yeah, I bet it's real warm. Bottom of the 5th inning here at Petco Park here in San Diego. Angels on top 2-1. Well pitched so far in this one. And it'll be Austin Hedges, Franmil Reyes, and Freddie Galvis to face Andrew Heaney. He's given up just 1 hit through the first 4 innings. It was the home run by Freddie Galvis. That's been it. He's been pretty good. And we will deal here with these hitters for the 2nd time in tonight's game.
As I mentioned earlier, Heaney has been probably their best starter for the Angels in their rotation because their rotation's in shambles. 4 and 5 guy, they don't know who it's going to be. We know it's going to be Heaney tonight, Berea, and then Pena. But last 7 games, a whip around 1, guys, 1.08 to be exact. So not a lot of base traffic when Heaney's been out there on the hill the last week. Or last 7 starts, I should say. Sorry, Donnie.
7-game hitting streak for Austin Hedges. Does not have a hit tonight. Struck out swinging in the 2nd inning. It's a pop-up right side that has Fletcher a few strides on the outfield grass. Round number 1. And the catch on being away, but in the 4th, he starts the 5th. Pop out by Hedges. 1 down. He's up Franmil Reyes. Sweet Dog, you worked the weekend. It was a pretty good weekend for the Padres.
Yeah, it was, and they played very well against a Philadelphia Phillies team that really didn't look the part as being a first-place team. That being said, it was pitching, and the pitching did it, and then the offense came up with those big clutch hits, which was a very good formula. I think the motivation, as you guys saw on the road trip with the Chicago Cubs and the Milwaukee Brewers, came back and realized that Freddie Galvis with the big grand slam.
Looks like there's little doubt that playing the Philadelphia Phillies is something he likes to do.
Yeah, and it's. I mean, there's certain motivation, and Tony Gwynn Jr. said this yesterday. When you play your former club, they're not going to vocally say that, but there's an added element to it that I think Freddie Galvis understands. You know, he sees Asdrubal Cabrera coming over from the Mets, added because J.P. Crawford hasn't been their guy. And here's Freddie Galvis in a Padre uniform, which he's very pleased to be in a major league uniform playing shortstop. That's the way Freddie Galvis is. But listen, you know, he probably wanted to stay with that same club, and that's what I think everyone's thought process is.
Not a great feeling when you think about perhaps they gave up on you.
Yeah.
You're sitting there thinking.
I mean, there's different things that you think of as organizations when the right time is to trade somebody off. But Freddie Galvis understands there's motivation behind that.
Franmil Reyes batting here with 1 down in the 5th inning. 60th pitch coming up for Heaney. Franmil getting a chance to play on a more regular basis here too. Now that you get Myers in at 3rd base a little bit more, and maybe we'll see more Franmil.
Yeah, struggled over the weekend. I think that was he coming off a very good road trip. And Hunter Renfroe and Franmil Reyes were really the stories of that. But he struggled over the weekend. Now seeing an adjustment in how different organizations and scouting reports are attacking Franmil.
He's getting a heavy dose of fastballs from Heaney in. Off speed here.
And he takes strike 3. Knew it. Takes with him a 6th strikeout for Heaney.
That was a really nice setup by Heaney. Pinpoint control in the outside corner with the 94-mile-an-hour fastball. Wow.
2 down here in the 5th brings up Freddie Galvis. Galvis the only hit for the Padres, a home run to left field in the 3rd inning. And a grounder now sharply hit down to 3rd. Marte gathers and throws in time to retire Galvis and the side through 5, 2-1 Angels.
modifications to his batting stance. You see on the left and sitting on that back leg, he struggled mightily for the first 2 months of the season. Then on the right side, the leg kick, implementing that ability to stay back on the ball, let the ball travel. Also changed his hands, but it has been a huge benefit. Last year, 19 home runs. This year, to this point, 16 home runs. So that's a very good adjustment for Cole Calhoun because it looked ugly at the first half.
Calhoun gets hit with the first pitch here from Clayton Richard to begin things in the 6th inning.
Like one of those times, if you put in perspective, it's almost like a Paul Goldschmidt scenario. You're wondering what was going on. And as you see, the numbers bear out what an adjustment he has made. And the Angels have benefited by his offense with the adjustments.
David Fletcher batting for the 3rd time has grounded out twice, once to 3rd, once to 2nd. Third time in 6 innings. Angels bat the lead runner on and grab the inside corner that time. It's not been a big strikeout game for Richard. 1 K so far, but he hasn't walked anybody. Angels have only 3 hits. Padres have been held to 1.
Well, if Richard throws that breaking ball heads up left side of the infield. From the lefty, the breaking ball down and into the righty hitter. Got to be on your toes. Will Myers, plenty of work tonight down there at the 3rd sack.
So 6 assists for him so far in this game down there at 3rd base. Team record for 3rd baseman for the Padres, 9. So he is well on his way here.
I'm taking the over.
It's just unbelievable if that were to happen. If he were to tie or have the all-time record in his first game starting at 3rd base.
Well, I think it's a good thing because now he's got it in his head. He's had so many balls hit to him. He's got to be on his toes each and every pitch.
Here we go. To 3rd. Myers to 2nd for 1. On to 1st. Not going to be in time. Nice job though by Myers getting the lead runner at 2nd base. Cole Calhoun is erased. 1 down.
Let's see the setup. The high chopper. He's got plenty of time to recognize. Chest high. Plant that back foot. Just fire a strike over to Perella. Nicely done. He's having fun down there, that's for sure. Showing in the dugout as well in between innings.
1 down, 1 on at first base, and it brings up Justin Upton. Former Padre, 0 for 2. He's grounded out to 3rd base, lined out to right. Dog, what do you remember most about Justin Upton and his time here as a Padre?
You know, unbelievable power, and when he gets through those hot stretches, you got to be careful and pitch around him. Saw in his first at bat that he doesn't get out of the strike zone. When he starts rushing a little bit, you can expose him to that high fastball at times.
Strike call. This was here with his brother Melvin Upton at the same time.
I remember Upton too. That home run he hit in New York. The driving rainstorm.
Yeah.
On the ground right side, Perella slides over, goes to 2nd for 1. Galvis no throw to 1st, no chance. They get the lead runner again, this time 4 to 6 on the 4th out. We had 2 down in the inning. And Albert Pujols. Time for the Kia drive to success. Highest career average against the Padres. Number 1, Albert Pujols, 325. And the guy we're just talking about, Justin Upton, also in the top 5 at 318 with DJ LeMahieu, former batting champion for the Rockies, at 322. Those guys in the division, Turner and Goldschmidt, we see a lot, and they do well a lot. 2 down in the inning, and Pujols will take strike 1. Angels fans have made their way south This one on the ground to short. Galvis underhanded to second base to end the inning. Only 5.5. Angels have a 2-1 lead. Brought to you by Petco, the pet company. By Hyundai. Get a great deal, more than a great deal, on all new Hyundai vehicles. See your Hyundai dealer today. And by Mozzie Heating and Air, San Diego's choice for heating, cooling, and solar. Freddie Galvis has the only Padres hit, only Padres run on the home run back in the 3rd inning. They come to bat here in the 6th inning, 8-9-1, and Jose Perella leading it off. And Clayton Richard is on deck right now here in the 6th inning. Perella fly to right in the 3rd inning, 0 for 1.
Well, guys, these have to be the adjustment at bats. When you start making those in-game adjustments, Andrew Heaney has given you that fastball look, but also the good changeup. I think you have to give him that inside part of the plate.
Softly dribbled back towards the mound. Heaney fields and throws for the first out of the inning.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the San Diego Padres and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the San Diego Padres.
That was almost a complete disaster.
Why?
Our producer, Jason Lewis, who does a tremendous job.
Yes, he does.
Just said copyright Mark.
Yeah, that's not a good. That's not a good version.
Two guys who are named Mark,
yeah,
who are sitting here, who are both capable,
yeah,
fully capable of both reading the copyright.
This copyright. What?
We should have split it up.
What?
We should have split it up.
Do you want to do it now?
No, thanks.
I mean, you thought you were doing it.
No, thanks. I'm driving.
Wow. Clayton Richard batting for the 2nd time. Down 0-2. You both also don't read it. You just have it. Your memory banks are able to recite it. If I called you in December out of nowhere and said, "Hey, Sweet Dog, can you give me the copyright for this telecast?"
Yeah, funny. My wife says I do it. I do it in my sleep. She said,
"I know there's a lot of snoring going on."
What's this copyright stuff that you were saying last night? That is strange.
Express
written consent of the Sweeney family.
Or Mark Sweeney. This one is dribbled out in front of the plate now. Bersenio will flip to first base. 2 down. 2-3 on the put out this time. 2 soft ground balls. I want to call it. Second one a ground ball. 2 down. We'll bring up Manuel Margot.
You can tell Heaney's a good athlete, huh? The way he not only pitches but covers his position. And we saw him throw out Perella. to make that throw there. Good on his feet.
Margot fly to right in the first, struck out swinging in the third. And here he is with two away in the sixth inning. Popped up foul off to the right, out of play.
You see Manuel Margot, when he's struggling at times, it's that leg kick and also that load with his hands. They're not connected. It's something mechanically you want to have done. The leg kick sometimes starts a little bit earlier, then he doesn't get his hands in that right position. Can look like he's late on a fastball at times. Those are the challenges when you implement that leg kick.
Right side, and quickly picking it is Fletcher from the outfield grass. Makes a great play. Rangy play, good throw. 2-1 Angels. Start at third base, and he has been tested in this game. Total of 7 assists for Senio, the home run. And the Angels jumped on the board on top 1-0. They would add another run, go on top 2-0 before Freddie Galvis answers for the Padres. Long drive to left field and gone for the second straight day. Galvis has gone deep, 9th home run of the year, and it's a 2-1 contest. Well pitched. Clayton Richard matched up against Andrew Heaney, and the two here dueling into the 7th inning. Two teams who combined for a total of 4 hits. Angels out hitting the Padres 3-1. Fly ball, short right. Reyes for out number 1 of this 7th inning. Let's take a look at StatCast AI powered by AWS.
Well, a catch by Manuel Margot. Sprint speed at 27.1. Great defensive play. Eric Hosmer loves it. A tip of the cap to Manuel Margot. A great jump by the Padres center fielder.
So one down here in the 7th, and it brings up Jeffrey Marte. 0 for 2. He's grounded out to third, lined out to center. Down to third again. Myers this time deeply situated at third, and he makes another good throw. 2 down.
Stay hot, Will Myers. More action down at third base. Good position. He realizes the hop, and that's a good sign for Will Myers. Backing it up, playing the big hop, chest high. Still plenty of time to make the throw over to Villanueva at first base.
This is ridiculous.
It is.
As we mentioned earlier, most assists by a third baseman, 9-inning game, 9 for the Padres. Kevin Kuzminoff back September 4th of 2008. He is one shy of doing that now with 8 assists in this game. 2 down. And a grounder foul outside of third.
Well, I'll go back to what I said earlier in the ball game. You've got a left-hander, Clayton Richard, who doesn't throw that hard. Throws an off-speed pitch down and into the righties. He's got a changeup as well, right? And this is a team, the Los Angeles Angels, that likes to pull the ball. So that left side of the infield is going to be busy, and Will Myers has done just that. Been very, very busy tonight.
Close pitch. Called the ball 1-1. Richard working here with 2 outs in the 7th inning. On the ground is short. Freddie Galvis has it. His throw is good, and the inning is over. Richard gets through 7th inning stretch.
Had no clue that the entire staff of the Padres would be lined from the parking structure. To the clubhouse.
Tune in to Fox Sports San Diego tonight following Padres live postgame for an all-access journey with Trevor Hoffman and his family as he gets inducted into the Hall of Fame in Cooperstown. Spotlight Trevor Hoffman's Hall of Fame induction debuts tonight after Padres Live. You don't want to miss it.
Well, Myers leading it off here in the last of the 7th inning. Myers 0 for 2 in the ball game. Is grounded down and struck out. Eight assists so far in this game down there at third base for Myers. Fouls that one off at the plate. Change at third base. Caleb Coward has come into the game here for Jeffrey Marte. Straight up switch. Not sure if Marte hurt himself. Didn't see anything. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Just missed low. 2-2.
Yeah, Will doing a good job of not biting at that last pitch as Hunter Renfroe waits on deck. It's that pitch that splits the plate. But that's down. It's a very inviting pitch for any hitter, especially with 2 strikes.
Flips it foul down the right field line, out of play.
Don, what would your approach be against Heaney?
I would probably narrow it down to one zone.
Really? Which zone you look at?
Middle in.
Middle in?
Yeah.
And you're turning on
I would clean it out. 2-2 misses. down and in.
Clean it out. Just
clean it.
Yeah.
Out.
I like it. Here comes the changeup after going inside.
There you go. Down the line and left and foul. Tried to clean that out.
Will he double up on the changeup with the 1-run lead? Will he challenge? I think he's going to try to locate a fastball to Will Myers right here with the count being 3-2.
8th pitch of the at-bat coming up here. Good battle put on by Will Myers.
Oh, he's going to double up on the change. Oh, he shook him off. Fastball away.
There's fouls it away. A 3-mile-an-hour fastball away.
That's that 93 heater up and away to Will that he could drive to right center field with the best of them. Shook off the breaking ball, shook off the changeup, goes back to the curveball.
And Myers takes it for ball 4. Very close pitch.
MLB At Bat is your #1 app to watch live Padres baseball. Customize your experience to catch every moment this season. Get Padres home screen icons, features such as MLB.TV Game of the Day, pitch tracking, in-game highlights, live radio broadcast, stats, news, and more. Download MLB At Bat today.
How about a 9-pitch at bat for Myers? Breaks up a string of 12 in a row retired by Heaney. Lead runner is on for the Padres in the 7th. There's Hunter Renfroe. Back towards the mound. Heaney will go to second base. Got the force out there. No throw to first. But a nice play by Heaney.
For this Angels versus Padres series, the Fox Sports Fan Express will be picking up passengers from the Pacific Surfliner at the Santa Fe Depot and bringing them down to Petco Park. It's a great way to catch a ball game, isn't it? Check PacificSurfliner.com for schedules. Love riding the rails.
1 out, 1 on, and it brings up Christian Villanueva. Villanueva has struck out swinging and popped out to second base. 0 for 2.
Take the rails to the ball yard. It's a lot of fun. We took the rails from Chicago to Milwaukee.
It was outstanding. I loved it. Great way to travel. Left side, and the shortstop Simmons will throw it away, but knocked down by Fletcher coming off the bag to make sure it didn't get into right field. Nice play to get there. Throw not on the mark, and it'll be a base hit for Villanueva.
Okay, Padres getting some traffic this inning, and they got to come up with that big extra base hit. Well, we talked about Galvis and Simmons before the ball game, and this one he just yanks to the outfield side of second base. And hey, nice job also by Fletcher stopping that ball from going into right field and possibly taking third base. Hunter Renfroe.
1 down, runners at first and second, brings up Austin Hedges. 0 for 2. Yeah, struck out swinging and popped out to second base. Sounded like a broken bat. Survey's situation doesn't appear to be broken.
I think he cued that ball literally off the end of his bat. It was a changeup. He was way out in front of it.
First and second, 1 down.
Both Austin can think right center field here. There's a big gap in left center, but still with the way Heaney's pitching him. Huge gap in left center field.
Foul back, 0-2.
Donnie, here's that gap we're talking about, right?
Pretty good size area.
Yeah.
The pitches have been away.
And he's been really on with his pitches too. He hasn't missed much tonight. Just that one pitch to Galvis to lead off the third, the home run.
Jammed and a pop-up back at second base that is caught. Infield fly rule in effect. And that's out number 2. So Fletcher back there to make the grab, 2 away.
That's that fastball into the righties, and he got in the kitchen of Austin Hedges. That was a big league pitch.
So 2 down brings up Franmil Reyes. 0 for 2 in the ball game tonight. Reyes fouling out to the third baseman. At the time, Jeffrey Marte. Then struck out looking in the 5th inning. Here he is for the 3rd time tonight against Andrew Heaney. First and second, 2 down. Popped up again. Fletcher out on the outfield glass, and he will make the catch. Short run to end the 7th. It's 2-1 Angels.
He's been unbelievable. 33 home runs on the year. That's 4th in Major League Baseball, 1st in the National League after a slow start for Matt Carpenter. He has been unbelievable.
Nationals had a shot, but Paul DeJong would home run, walk it off in the bottom of the 9th inning. So the Cardinals win. Mark and I working on Padres Live, the postgame show, brought to you by Cox Communications. Coming up after the final out, Will Myers. Pretty impressive at third base. We'll have that.
He's all right.
Yeah, so far so good. Also, guys, a preview of the spotlight on Trevor Hoffman. It's a must-watch. We got a preview coming up on the postgame show, and then we've got the full show, which will follow us immediately at Padres Live, the postgame show. Gentlemen.
All right, thanks very much, Mike. This one right back at Richard. Return to sender, knocked it down and flips to first to get Young, and it appears Richard is okay. A smile on his face after a hot shot right back at him.
I'll tell you what, any ball hit hard back to Clayton Richard and the ball hits Clayton Richard, I feel sorry for the baseball. One hopper. Oh, hey now. And Squints says everything's okay.
And 1 down here in the 8th inning. Andrew Heaney batting for himself. 89 pitches through the first 7 innings and going to stay in this game.
We've got ourselves a good old-fashioned pitcher's duel, which I love. Seen some good defense. Pitcher's throwing strikes.
He 0 for 2 at the plate, has struck out swinging and grounded out to third. 0 for 7 at the plate this season in interleague play. Bounce in and glance off of Hedges. Breakdown for Richard, been highly economical. Here he is in the 8th, just pitched 78. Retired 5 in a row. Make it 6, and that's the second strikeout for Richard. 2 down.
When you're America's best value, you don't need some over-the-top celebration.
2 down here in the 8th, and it brings up Cole Calhoun, the top of the order for the Angels. He's been on twice tonight, a single to left and hit by a pitch. Fouls off of Hedges and back towards the backstop. Down the right field line, this one is going to get in for a hit as Reyes moves over to play it. And Calhoun on for the 3rd time tonight, his 2nd single of the night.
We talked about him a number of times that changing the swing, changing the mechanics of that swing. Boy, that ball, if taken inside, is a ball. 2-seamer, it gets the hands through. Hands nearly to that 56 on the TV number on that jersey to get that barrel enough on that baseball to dump it into right field. I love the TV number on the front of the jersey, by the way. You know that's what it's called, right?
I was not aware that.
Really? Well, you learned something once again from me as we got action in the bullpen for the Padres.
Greg Stammen is that action. The Padres don't have a TV number.
I know.
Did you know that?
I know. And
Something from me.
I really like that. I think it would look great on this uni, on the Padres uni.
David Fletcher has made some nice defensive plays at second base for the Angels. 0 for 3 in the ball game at the plate. He's grounded out to third, like everybody else has tonight. He's grounded out to second and reached on a fielder's choice.
Well, that's one thing Clayton Richard wants to do right here. Quickly throw a ball down in the zone, a 2-seamer, and let the infielders work. Go the short way at second base to get out of this inning.
Just a check at first, and Calhoun back to the bag. Held on by Christian Villanueva. Gets a start at first base tonight. Eric Hosmer on the bench tonight. And night off. That is strike 2. Thank you.
Throw over to first.
And back safely. Not much of a lead there for Calhoun. Block here by Hedges. No advance at first for Calhoun. On the ground to short. Galvis plays the hop. Goes the easy way to second. To end the top of the 8th inning. It's Angels 2, Padres 1. Brought to you by Sequan Casino. Opening in 2019 at Sequan's brand new 300-room resort and hotel. By Jack in the Box. This season, Padres home run score free Jumbo Jacks. Only at Jack in the Box. And by Car Shield. It's on to the bottom of the 8th inning. Freddie Galvis leading it off. Galvis homered in the 3rd. Grounded out to 3rd in the 5th inning. 1 for 2 for the Padres shortstop, leading it off. Padres trailing by a run. Pitch 91. And a swing and a miss. Still get good life on that 92-mile-an-hour fastball.
The most, I'm sorry, Don, has thrown this year for Heaney is 116 as we got action in the Halos pen.
Right side, and that's going to be a base hit. Off the glove first to Pujols, then Fletcher, and Galvis has his 2nd hit of the night. Good start to the bottom of the 8th.
It wasn't the best swing, but it was a great result for Freddie Galvis. Off the glove of Pujols to his right. Fletcher cannot catch it cleanly. Leadoff single for San Diego.
Runner on, and it brings up Jose Perella. 0 for 2. He's flying to right, grounded back to the mound.
Well, there's your bloop. How about a blast?
It'll take strike 1. Showed you Justin Anderson, the first action up in the pen for the Angels. Pitcher spot is due next, and Eric Hosmer's night off is over. He's on deck to pinch hit here in the 8th inning. Padres trailing by a run. Away 1-1. Padres pen has Yates now and Winginter both up in the pen and have been standing earlier.
Yeah, if they take the lead, it'll be Yates. That's after Jose Perella goes yard here.
Little flare, that'll do. Drops into right center field. Heading for 3rd is Galvis, and the Padres have runners at the corners with nobody out of the 8th inning.
Well, as Freddie Galvis grounded one to the right side, found a couple gloves, but they couldn't field it cleanly. Jose Perella from the right side, a little flare. And we got 1st and 3rd action.
Charles Nagy, the former Padre and pitching coach, out there right now for the Angels. Trouble that Haney really has run into in this game. First inning, the Padres have had more than 1 hit in an inning. And 1st and 3rd with nobody out, and Eric Hosmer coming up.
Well, the Angels have had a lot of bullpen usage lately. So Mike Scioscia's thinking, you know what, Heaney, even though he's thrown this many pitches deep in the game, he's probably my best starter. He feels comfortable with him out there. Now he's positioning the infield. Position number 3, he's saying, as he's motioning into Fletcher and Simmons at 2nd short.
Angels have lost 10 of their last 13 road games. Hosmer trying to help them to lose again. That's outside for ball 1. Away, and it's now 2-0. Tough single by Galvis, followed by a single by Perella. Has runners at first and third with nobody out. Padres trailing by a run. Tying run 90 feet away. That is ball 3. Hosmer now, Margot next. Top of the order for the Padres here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Green light. Hosmer drives one to left. Upton going back onto the track at the wall. He leaps and makes the catch. Tagging and scoring will be Galvis to tie the score as Hosmer almost took it out of the yard. Upton robbed Jimmy and left, timing his lead perfectly. But the Padres tie the score 2-2. That was on a 3-0 pitch at the green light. Here comes Mike Scioscia.
Great job for Hosmer getting on top of that fastball and nearly sent it out of here. And somebody get on the horn and call the cops because Eric Hosmer was just robbed. Highway robbery by Upton. Check out this athleticism. Times it perfectly, takes it away from the fan, takes it away from the first row. Oh, missed it by that much.
Pitching change for the Angels. It's a new game now, tied 2-2. As it is, game tied 2-2, and time to lead perfectly out there. Took it away from a fan and from the stands. Hosmer with a sac fly, as it turns out. Well, you've seen Justin Upton do that before. He did it in a Padres uniform. PNC Park in Pittsburgh. Robbing Andrew McCutchen, bringing it back for the Padres at the time.
Just perfect timing on Justin's part. A great play there in Pittsburgh. We just witnessed another great play by a veteran outfielder who is just a great athlete all the way around.
One down. It's like a pinch runner at first base here for Perella. Travis Jankowski has taken over at first to pinch run.
You know what? I think Perella should be on second base.
Should have tagged up?
I think he should have tagged it because if it's gone, right? If he catches it, he's not going to go anywhere. But I mean, as far as like a routine. So I think he's got to read the outfielder. Upton going back, he's timing it, and he's got to tag and take second base on that play, just in my opinion.
Now Jankowski down first base as Manuel Margot will take a pitch in. The pitcher is Justin Anderson into the game here for Andrew Heaney.
Pretty much a two-pitch pitcher for Anderson. Four-seam fastball. Also throws a slider. upper 90s. 97, 98. Relieving Heaney.
Responsible for Jankowski, who's at first base. Pinch running for Perella. That's a strike, and it's 1-1.
That's tremendous movement. Two-seam action in 96 from Anderson.
Throw to first and back to the bag. Is Jankowski, held on by Pujols. Two-two game now. And a sac fly from Hosmer. Missed away, 2-1. Center fielder. Here comes Jr. over towards right center. Gap out in left center field for Margot. They're planning on him going the other way in the outfield. Runner goes, and a grounder left side. Simmons has one play at first, and he gets it there in time for out number 2. As Jankowski down to scoring position. He got a start. They put him in motion. And now 2 outs in the 8th. Will Myers coming up here with a chance to put the Padres on top in the last of the 8th. Has grounded to short, struck out swinging, and walked. 2 outs and runners in scoring position. Been very good. 353. Drops in there for a strike. Had Myers ducking back. Heaney, the departed starter, responsible for Jankowski at second base. 2 down in the inning. Ball and a strike to Myers. Pushing off the backside in the midst of a meeting with himself right now.
Anderson making his major league debut April 23rd. He's from Houston, was against the Astros. Got a good live arm. The Padre hitter is going to have to turn up the dial against this right-hander after facing the lefty Heaney.
Bounces in. Blocked by Brasino. Angels had a 2-0 advantage at one point in this game. A run for the Padres in the 3rd on the home run by Freddie Galvis. Sac fly in the 8th for Eric Hosmer. Ties it up 2-2. With Jankowski at second base, 2 away here in the Padres' 8th inning. That's a go-ahead run in scoring position. Two and two.
Good breaking ball right there. Will was way out in front. The hip, the shoulder, the bat dragging. You see the knuckle curve, knuckle breaking ball there. Perfectly placed.
Two to Myers. Bounces in and gets away. Jankowski will take 3rd. Not even close. That's off Brasino. And to third base goes Jankowski, now 90 feet away.
Oh, that was a 54-footer. Spiked curveball, way out in front of home plate. Off the left forearm. And Travis Jankowski moves up a free 90 feet. Might throw him another breaking ball right here. Count full, first base open. And heads up Travis for that ball in the dirt.
Payoff pitch to Myers. Myers strikes out. Padres leave Jankowski at third, and we're tied at 2 as we head to the ninth. Angels. Javi Barrea will be on the mound for the Angels. Brett Kennedy going for the Padres. Barrea 7-7. Match up against Kennedy 0-1. Same time, same place. We'll get you started at 6:30 with Padres Live. Angels and Padres Interleague Series. Tonight the first of 3, and it's tied up 2-2 to the ninth inning. Justin Upton, who robbed Hosmer of a 3-run home run, is going to lead it off. And he'll do so against the Padres closer coming in here in a tie game at home for the ninth inning, Kirby Yates.
So the save is out the window. Hoping the Padres can win their bottom half of the ninth inning. Enter Kirby Yates. Perfect record at 4-0, a stellar ERA at 1.59. More strikeouts than innings pitched. He's been tough all year long. Last time out was against the Fightin' Phils.
Multiple defensive changes. Travis Jankowski stays in the game and takes over in left field. Hunter Renfroe moves from left to right in the infield now. Villanueva takes over at third for Myers. Spangenberg in at second base. And it is Eric Hosmer staying in the game at first base. New pitcher Kirby Yates ready to work to Justin Upton to open up the ninth inning. And a pitch high from Yates. So 8 innings of work tonight for Clayton Richard, who will not be part of the decision. Gives up a total of 4 hits and 2 runs in his outing. Didn't walk anybody, struck out 2, and threw 86 pitches in 8 innings of work.
He was outstanding, Clayton Richard. A job well done on National Left-Handers Day.
Line down the left field line. That is going to be a one-hopper to the wall. At the base of the hill. Jankowski will get it back in, and to second base, the leadoff double goes Justin Upton to start the top of the ninth inning for the Angels.
Don, you asked Mark Sweeney a question when he was in the middle innings. What's the one thing that reminds or you think about when Justin Upton comes up to the plate? It's that short, quick swing and the way the ball sounds off his bat. That swing right there. He can turn on an inside fastball. He got to that split finger.
The double starts the ninth inning. Albert Pujols with a runner at second base. A miss for ball one. 0 for 3 is Pujols in this game. Swing and a miss. Big cut of a 95-mile-an-hour fastball was up.
Up the ladder too, right around that Angels on the jersey of Albert Pujols.
And one pitch coming to Pujols with Upton at second base. There's a foul down the right field line, out of play.
Yeah, tough to catch up to that 95 on the inner half of the plate for Pujols, unless he's cheating and expecting that pitch, maybe turning a little early. And that's where Kirby Yates can get him down and away, either with that fastball or that split finger fastball.
Hamilton Simmons waiting on deck here for the Angels. 3, 4, and 5 coming up here in the 9th inning. And a tie game now. Padres tied it up with a run in the bottom of the 8th. Fouls it off himself, and it's still 1-2. Painfully so for Pujols.
But for a guy who has difficulty running as it's already, right, for Albert Pujols, and he fouls this one off. Looks like the front foot there.
Center fielder Margot over towards right center. Pujols strikes out. It's a big out for Kirby Yates. One down in the 9th inning. Frustrated Albert Pujols takes with him the first K for Kirby Yates.
Went with the splitter, perfectly placed. Tumbling off the table, right over the top of it for the punch out. And Kirby still has some work to do with that runner in scoring position, that being Justin Upton.
One down, runner at second. Andrelton Simmons, his 4th plate appearance, 0 for 3. All that against Clayton Richard in tonight's game. Lined out to second, grounded out to third, and flied out to right. Strike one. He's trying to work his way around a leadoff double by Justin Upton to begin things in the 9th. Foul tipped 0-2.
Well, with that swing, I think Simmons had one thing in mind, don't you, Don?
Pretty big cut.
Yeah, 2-run shot. Trying to break this tie. Yeah, that's a pretty healthy hack.
Swing and a miss, elevates at 95 and strikes him out. Back-to-back Ks for Yates, 2 down in the 9th inning.
Got Pujols with the splitty. He goes up the ladder to Simmons with the fastball. That's just some good pitching right there by Kirby Yates.
Called back here was Coward, who is scheduled to bat. And we'll see what my Socha's going to do. They break up the meeting at the mound as Hedges went out to talk. So it'll be Jose Fernandez who is coming off the bench here to pinch hit. So Fernandez pinch hits with 2 down in the 9th inning. The left-hander come up in bat against Kirby Yates with the go-ahead run in scoring position with 2 down. 286 average, no homers, 4 runs batted in for Fernandez.
Fernandez going into this game 1 for 2 in the pinch with an RBI. The leader in that category at bats for the Halos is Ohtani with 12 in the pinch.
In there for strike 1. Starts him with a fastball at 95. Go playing over towards left center field for Fernandez to go the other way. Gap out in right center field. Ball and a strike. 2 runs, 5 hits, no errors for the Angels. 2 runs, 4 hits, and an error for the Padres. Leadoff double by Justin Upton, but strikeouts of Pujols and Simmons. And Yates 2/3 of the way there. Fights it off. Foul, 1-2.
Kirby's got it working tonight. He's got the split when needed. Good location of the fastball. Up in the zone at 95. To where it's tough for the Angel hitters to get on top of that and do some damage.
There is Ohtani. Thought we might see him. And now get the helmet on. He's ready if called upon. There are 2 outs here in the 9th inning. Upton with his lead at second base. Been there with nobody out. Now there's 2. Swing and a miss, and Yates strikes him out. Ends up striking out the side. Works his way around the leadoff double. Kirby Yates strikes out Pujols, Simmons, and now Fernandez. We head to the bottom of the 9th. Tied 2-2. Fired up is Yates. Base first major league start there, and right away on the first ball hit, he ended up catching the liner, and then would go on to have 7 assists, actually 8 assists total in this game. Tested all night down there at third base, and he was outstanding. His first game started down there at third.
He has done just fine. And you know what? I really like how it happened early. He didn't have to think about it. He got that first one out of the way, and then all of a sudden he was like a magnet down there. And that guy was Velcro tonight. Everything was sticking to Will Myers, throwing him out of first base. A job well done.
Now out of the game with the changes for the Padres. Coming up here will be Renfroe, Villanueva, and Hedges scheduled to bat in the last of the ninth inning. As Cam Bedrosian now into the game for the Angels. Their third pitcher used, a right-hander.
Well, Cam Bedrosian, the son of Cy Young Award winner Steve Bedrosian back in the days with the Phillies. His 57th game. Throws a four-seam fastball and a slider. Occasionally he will throw a changeup and a cut fastball.
Renfroe leading it off, bottom of the ninth inning, tied 2-2. Renfroe takes strike one. And 0 for 3 tonight. He is grounded out to third, flied out to right, and grounded into a fielder's choice. Strike two, says Jim Wolf, home plate umpire tonight.
Two good fastballs that have been taken. Now he finds himself in the hole, 0-2. We'll see if Bedrosian has the wherewithal to expand that strike zone close enough to have him swinging a bad pitch.
Outside, 1-2. Bedrosian taking over for Justin Anderson to get the final two outs of the eighth, and able to leave Jankowski at third base 90 feet away with a go-ahead run. And out of that, the runs the Padres scored off Andrew Heaney, the starter. Swing and a miss for Renfroe. Strikes out. They got to throw him out, and they do. One down in the ninth inning.
Bedrosian goes with the breaking ball there. It's kind of like a hard slider. Let's call it a curveball, but a nice block right there by Vecchino for the 2-3 put out.
So one out brings up Christian Villanueva. Started the game at first base, but since has moved to third. Villanueva has struck out, popped out, and last time up got the infield hit. 4 hits in the game for the Padres. The Padres had a walk-off win against the Angels May 20th of 2012. Venable RBI single and a 3-2 win. To walk it off against the Angels here in 2018. Fly ball sent foul down the right field line, out of play. One out, ninth inning. Villanueva now, Hedges next. Elevates, and Villanueva not chasing, kind of up and away. There's Hedges waiting on deck. Padres tied it up last inning, last of the eighth. Softly lined, and it'll be a foul ball. Very close, back at first. Down the line.
You know, I know that Albert Pujols is a little long in the tooth, but I thought that was a ball he could have dove for. Maybe that's asking a little too much, huh?
Maybe a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit.
A little bit.
Ooh, very close. 3-2. Just high. Full count.
Laying off the high heat. Just above the strike zone a little bit to get another chance.
Payoff pitch, and Bedrosian backs off. On the ground and through the left side of the left field. A base hit for Villanueva. Good at bat for Villanueva. 1-out single, his second hit of the night.
After the curveball to Hunter Renfroe, he was on deck. He's got to have that in the back of his mind. Sure, he was out in front of it a little bit, but placed perfectly at the 5.5 hole.
Austin Hedges digging in on the right side. Hole 4-3 in the game. Struck out swinging in the second, popped out to second in the fifth, popped out to second in the seventh. 0-for-3 on the night. A big spot here, winning run at first base for the Padres here in the ninth inning.
I don't think Bedrosian's thrown that curveball for a strike yet. If I'm Austin Hedges, I'm spitting on that curveball. I'm looking for the heater and turning on it and doing some damage, especially after missing with a curveball like that.
High ball 2-0. Coming in here in the ninth inning, struck out Renfroe to begin the inning. Villanueva with a single to left, and now Hedges ahead 2-0. Spangenberg waiting on deck. Came in last inning and took over at second base. Hedges takes it to right. Calhoun waiting on it for out number 2. So 2 outs in the ninth. Let's revisit our keys to the game, brought to you by your San Diego Honda dealers.
Well, the first one was regarding the left-hander Heaney tonight. Send a halo southpaw south. Well, 7 1/3. Pitched very, very well. Only 1 walk and 6 strikeouts. Solid at the corners. Well, that's for sure. Will Myers 8 assists, as Don mentioned, at third base, and no errors at first base for Christian Villanueva.
2 down, runner at first, and it brings up Franmil Reyes. 0-for-3, actually, take that back. It is Spangenberg in his spot. Reyes was replaced last inning. Reyes had been 0-for-3. 243 is Spangenberg, 6 homers and 20 runs batted in. Ball 1. Villanueva with a very short lead at first base, held on by Pujols. Widens it a tad. 2-0. Bedrosian last worked on Friday night. And he falls behind here, 3-0. Scioscia onto his 3rd arm of the night. Freddie Galvis waiting on deck. Padres batting in the 9th. That is ball 4, and Villanueva, the potential winning run, is headed into scoring position. Second straight inning, the Padres have had the go-ahead run in scoring position. That in the 8th, have it here in the 9th. Freddie Galvis already has a home run tonight, and he is 2 for 3 in the game. This was the home run back in the 3rd inning. This is a grand slam yesterday, and his 9th home run of the year today.
One of the few mistakes that Heaney made this evening, and Freddie Galvis capitalized on that fastball right down the middle. Well, remember, for the Padres, they don't have blazing speed at second base in Villanueva. Outfield playing to pull. I'm sorry, to take Galvis the other way. As the left-hander, the switch hitter, steps into the box. And you know that on a base hit to the outfield, Glenn Hoffman's going to be doing the old windmill down there at third base.
Ball one. Asian just walked for Spangenberg. Now he falls behind Freddie Galvis. Galvis pops it up. Third base way. Fernandez in foul ground. Will make the catch that'll send us to bonus baseball. Tied at 2. It's been a fun one tonight at Petco Park in San Diego, tied up 2-2 to the 10th inning we go. Both teams with 2 runs, both teams with 5 hits. Padres have the only miscue of the game. And it's to the 10th. New pitcher, Craig Stammen.
Bonus baseball, as Don mentioned, last half inning. And for Craig, the 53rd game for the right-hander. Very solid year for Craig.
Liner down the left field line off the bat of Brasinho. Headed for 2. As Jankowski digs it out into the 2nd straight inning. The 9th and now the 10th. The Angels start the inning with a double. It was Justin Upton in the 9th. Jose Brasinho here in the 10th.
Well, as this 2-seam fastball is pulled, Christian Villanueva needs a little bit of Will Myers' height down there at third base. Just the top of his glove to rattle down in the corner for a leadoff double.
Eric Young Jr. coming up here. They're in at the corners. Hosmer at first. Villanueva at third.
Gotta be bunting him right here, don't you?
Padres are expecting that. And they'll get it. Hedges jumps out, goes to third base, and the throw there is not in time. He's safe. Eluded the tag. Galvis wants him to check. Throw beat him, but I'm not sure the tag did. We'll see. Brasinho appeared to avoid the tag, at least according to Alfonso Marquez, who made the call down there at third base. We'll see here if the Padres are going to challenge.
Oh, we got him.
He got him.
All right, on the left elbow. No doubt.
Padres are going to challenge.
Yeah, you could clearly see Freddie Galvis' glove, the webbing of his glove, move as he made contact with the left elbow of Brasinho.
The call on the field was safe We'll put runners at first and third with nobody out. But it does appear, at least to us, that the call is going to be overturned here.
Freddie Galvis at shortstop. Now the wheel play is on as this ball is bunted. Austin Hedges now on the move. Great concentration by Freddie, preventing that ball from going to left field. Gets him on the left elbow.
He's now out at third base. Padres get it overturned.
Nice athletic move by Freddie Galvis. Watch the glove, the webbing of the glove right there. On the tag, clearly gets him for the out.
One down. Rick Young Jr. at first base. Now we will see Shohei Ohtani who's going to pinch hit. Angels fans who have made the trip here to Petco Park cheering him on as he is introduced. For the first, and back to the bag is Young. Ohtani with 12 home runs, 271 average. .34 RBIs. Outside for ball one. Padres are shifting on Ohtani here on the right side. But they keep it tight to the infield, the double play possibility. As Freddie Galvis, the shortstop, to the right side. Ball 2-2-0. Last 9 games, Ohtani hitting .324, 2 doubles, 3 home runs. And off the bench to pinch hit here. Big swing, 2-1.
91 two-seamer. Good movement from Craig Stammen. That's just a straight challenge right there. Splits the heart of the plate. Especially a hitter's count at 2-0. Now to go to 2-1.
Runner goes at first. Ohtani will take a pitch, and on the transfer, it is dropped by Hedges, so a stolen base for Young. Hedges had it slip out of his hand.
Two-seamer. Let's check out the transfer. Caught cleanly in the in the webbing, kind of half in, half out. So Austin a little bit too quick with that glove coming up, allows Young to get into scoring position.
Stamina has fallen behind here, 3-1 to Ohtani. With Young at second base. That's ball 4, and Ohtani down to first base. So they walk him and put runners at first and second with 1 away. Cole Calhoun now coming up top of the order for the Angels. Calhoun has been aboard 3 times in this game. 2 singles, hit by a pitch. Only at 239 though, with runners in scoring position. Does have 2 home runs. That's in a 2-2 game here in the 10th inning. Young at second, Ohtani at first. Line down the left field line, foul.
Well, the outfielder is going to have to get a good jump, especially in a ball that's hit right at them, to come up firing towards home plate. Have to be very aggressive. The infielders, on the other hand, if you can get to a ball and dive to smother it on the infield, do just that. Hey, if you go the short way to get at least an out, that would be golden.
Inside, 1-1. Stammen coming in here for the 10th inning, a double by Briciano, who was then thrown out at third base, forced out after Young reached on a fielder's choice. Ohtani walks. First and second for Cole Calhoun.
You know, I'm kind of keeping an eye out at second base on Eric Young Jr. Just wonder if, you know, we've seen Austin Hedges throw behind the runner at second base. Kind of a risky play if that ball goes into center field, but still, Freddie Galvis in a good position after a pitch for the pick behind the runner at second. Just a thought.
Calhoun lines a foul ball. That was close down the right field line. Good contact, but a foul ball.
That ball was laced.
Long walk back for Calhoun. Now down to the count, 1-2. Young at second, Ohtani at first. 1-2 to count to Calhoun. Fly ball headed towards deep right center field. Margot and Renfroe coming together at the wall. No one's going to get it. Jumps up into the seats. They will award the plate to Young. Ohtani will be at third. And it'll be Calhoun at second, and a ball that falls between Margot and Renfroe on the warning track in right center.
That ball has got to be caught. So disappointing. Oh, they both looked at one another. I've got it, you take it. Somebody has got to take charge there. Manuel Margot, I think, has to take charge on that ball. It looked like when it dropped, it was closer to Hunter. I mean, hey, splitting hairs. Somebody, bottom line, got to yell. I got it. Take charge. That hurts.
Infield in all the way around as the Angels have taken the lead here in the top of the 10th inning. David Fletcher will take ball one. Angels have pulled ahead, now looking to obtain some insurance. Here comes the squeeze, suicide squeeze, and he scores. Flip to first for the out, and the Angels tack on another run on top, 4-2. Suicide squeeze gets in a run. He was coming from third.
That was perfectly executed. Perfect. As soon as Stammen lifted that leg, the runner at third base was coming in. Ohtani scores. That was perfect.
So 2 down in the inning and a 2-run lead now for the Angels. Boone at third, and Justin Upton, who doubled to begin the 9th inning, will now drive one to deep left center field. And that ball is gone. A 2-run home run for Justin Upton, his 25th of the year. Now the Angels open it up on top 6-2. They have scored 4 times here in the 10th inning.
There's that short, quick stroke I was talking about. First pitch right there, hacking. And the Angels adding on.
Now Albert Pujols with 2 down in the inning. 0 for 4 in the game. And takes a curveball for strike 1. Former Padre with a 2-run home run also took a 3-run home run away from Hosmer earlier. Pujols fouling it off just beyond the Angels dugout third base way. The Padres tied it up with a run in the bottom of the 8th inning. Angels have scored 4 times here in the top of the 10th. To third, Villanueva's got it on a hop. His throw is in time to end the inning, but the damage is done. Angels score 4 times at the top of the 10th. How about Justin Upton, the former Padre, robbing Eric Hosmer of a 3-run home run as he times his leap and makes the catch at the wall. And then it's a 2-run home run in the top of the 10th inning to add on for the Angels, who now enjoy a 6-2 lead to the bottom of the 10th inning. The pitcher is Blake Parker, who comes into the game now for the Angels. Upton putting on a show here tonight in his return to Petco Park. So Parker takes over, and it'll be Travis Jankowski, the first hitter that he faces, as he appears in his 53rd game of the year.
And Parker with 11 saves. Mike Scioscia has pretty much been bullpen kept by committee. He's got a number of arms that he can use, but with the 4-run lead, he elects to go with Parker, as Don mentioned. Not a safe situation.
To left, and Upton is there for out number 1. Jankowski retired for the first out of the 10th. bring up Eric Hosmer. Parker taking over for Cam Bedrosian, who went an inning, giving up a hit, no runs. Walked about or struck out about it. Bedrosian becomes the pitcher of record for the Angels. On the hook right now is Craig Stammen. One out in the 10th. Hosmer drives one to right field. Calhoun going back at the wall, and that ball is gone. Eric Hosmer homers. So it is now 6-3 as Hosmer with his 11th home run of the year. He was robbed of a home run earlier, not this time. Out to right center field and Perch Beach.
The ball's crushed. Two-seam fastball right down the middle. He's hunting it, and it gets extended. Put that one on the stove. That's all over the Wolf griddle out there.
Strike over the outside corner.
After throwing a pitch like that, pitcher feels like sub-zero there, kind of cold. Ugh, gets the shivers after serving that one up.
Margot rolls it over foul and is down 0-2. Jankowski lined out for out number 1. Hosmer homers. And the Padres now within 3 with 1 away here in the 10th. 0-2 coming to Manuel Margot. Fly ball sent foul down the right field line, out of play. A.J. Ellis has come out on deck. In the air to center field. Eric Young Jr. out there in center for out number 2 at the bottom of the 10th inning. So 2 down, and that'll bring up A.J. Ellis to pinch hit. Ellis pinch hitting here in the pitcher's spot, Stammen's spot. Strike 1. Well, the Padres tied this game up 2-2 in the 8th inning, and they would leave Travis Jankowski at third base in the bottom of the 8th. Angels come up with 4 in the 10th inning. Lead it now 6-3 after the home run by Hosmer here in the bottom of the 10th. Strike 2. Ball 2 strikes to A.J. Ellis. And Parker trying to finish off the Padres tonight in game 1 of the series. Ellis fouls it off to stay alive.
Looks like the Anaheim fans are standing as one here, hoping for that last strike on the road.
One-two pitch. Outside, 2-2. Two pitch to Ellis. And a grounder left side. Simmons at shortstop. will throw on Ellis, and the Angels in 10 innings will defeat the Padres tonight in game 1 of this series. Padres did get a run back in the 10th inning, but it's the Angels' 4-run top of the 10th that is the difference in the game. They win game 1, a final of 6-3. It is time now for Padres Live. What's in store, Mike Pomeranz?
Guys, you got to stick around. We've got a preview of Trevor Hoffman, a spotlight on him. And I say a preview because the full show with all the behind-the-scenes footage from Cooperstown will run right after us on the post-game show.